Friday, May 29th, starts the beginning of Phase 3 of Governor Pritzker's Restore Illinois program. It's trying to beat this pandemic that we're in as we've been through the last three or 4 months, shall we say. The Phase 3 with changes there is that manufacturing, offices, retail, barbershops, and salons can reopen to the public with some restrictions. You know, as far as social distancing, can only have 10 people in the business. Individual businesses have their individual restrictions as far as how many people can be in that business at a given time. Say a beauty salon may be restricted to 1 or 2 people, but going forward, we're making progress. Face coverings, such as I have here and wear, will be the norm, and that will continue for the foreseeable future. Phase 4 will be the next peak we're trying to reach, and that will allow gatherings of 50 people and under. And we'll open it up to a larger segment of the population and some less restrictions. But although we still face coverings, will still be predominant through that. And I wish I could tell you when that's going to be. Unfortunately, like many things with the government, things change from time to time. I get a daily update, and on a given day, what may actually pertain to one industry may be changed. So look for updates as you know. There's a website. The state of Illinois has a website for Restore Illinois. I would keep up to that as far as vigilance, as far as changes to the current situation. But as of right now, starting on the 29th, we're starting Phase 3. City Hall will be open. We've been open on a limited basis for the last a number of months, actually, with skeleton crews in the office itself. We will open with a full crew starting on June 1st. That's Monday. Obviously, we will have the social distancing. We've put some restrictions in as far as some shields so people won't have face-to-face contact. We may ask you to stand in a queuing line until you come in, but you can come in and pay your bills, get your vehicle stickers, and the like. As I said, the rest of the crews who have been here, Public Works, the PD, Rec Department, and City Hall's backroom crews have been available off and on over the past number of months, and that we're going full steam ahead starting on Monday with everybody. Good thing that's happening is that a number of businesses are going to be opening on the 29th. Place to get your hair cut, for example, as you can tell. I was with some of my friends yesterday. He says his hair hasn't been this long since he was in college, and I kind of tended to agree with him. Salons will be open. Any place that cuts hair, some place beauty places, facials. Offices will be open again with restrictions. The social distancing is an important thing. Wearing a face mask as you go into these offices and these businesses. Check ahead as far as what their requirements are going to be before you can come into their business. In fact, you may have to make an appointment in some cases, such as with a beauty salon. So again, just be vigilant, take the time, make the call ahead of time so you don't get frustrated when you get there. We have made contact. One thing that I think is going to happen in our business, in our town especially, is the opening of limited opening of restaurants to serve meals. We've had curbside and carry out for the last number of months. Now outdoor dining will be available. We have Ken Bussey from our Economic Development Department has made contact with all the restaurants in town, and we have a list of what they're going to be doing. Predominantly, the restaurants who have outdoor dining right now, and there are a number of them. Franklin House, Mount Vesuvio's, Highlander House, Capri has some. Kefi, they will open those outdoor seating areas. Some may expand them, and some of the places who don't have them may put 2 or 3 tables out in front or on the side of the property to offer. You can come in and have a hamburger or have a pizza, whatever, not have to just have it carry out or delivered. But again, check with the individual restaurants. Some may actually require that you have reservations. And I specifically for beer gardens or outdoor gardens, I shouldn't say beer gardens, for outdoor gardens where there's limited seating, because the seating is going to be 6 foot apart. Tables will be 6 feet apart. Masks will be worn by the servers. There'll be some restrictions. The bars will not be open. There's no stand-up dining. It's just sit-down dining, but we will allow it outside. We've offered to a number of the restaurants, if it's feasible, where there may be property next door, and whether it be a parking lot or be even a city facility parking or city facility, to offer it to them to expand their dining if they'd like. And for the most part, right now they have not taken advantage of it, but it's there. We're working with the restaurants to make it viable for them. They've gone through such a long time where they have not been able to, make a living. And again, not just the restaurants, the retail stores there. As I've talked in the last time I've addressed you, look about at the small shops that have not been able to be open. Whether it be the flower shops that missed Mother's Day, or if the religious store on Harlem Avenue that missed the fact that there were no first communions, the bridal shop, the proms did not come to fruition this year. So those businesses need your help. This is a great segue into what our new program is as far as restoring our confidence in our business community and allowing you to spend money in Palos Heights and also get something for it. So our program here, as you've known for the last couple of months, we've got a good response from this, is that if you spend $100, bring $100 worth of receipts in from the businesses in Palos Heights, whether it be for a restaurant, for a retail store, whatever it be, you can get the choice of 2 vehicle stickers, you can get 30 tokens for the metro station, or a $100 credit for a program at Lake Catherine or a program at the rec center. Okay, so that's going to be going through the end of July. We may have to expand it. It actually starts the beginning of July, but may have to expand it depending on how the response is and how long this happens to last. Just a couple of things going forward. The rec center, is going to be open on a limited basis. You're going to have to call, make an appointment. We can only have groups of 10. The day camp, the first session of day camp will be canceled. The second session will actually be starting in July 6th. So registration will be available. So contact the rec center for that. Again, it may not resemble exactly what we've had in the past as far as day camp, as far as we have restrictions on how many kids can be in each group. But our intent is to make this as much of like the old day camps we used to have as possible. We're trying to get back to some normality in everyday life here in Palos Heights. So again, check with the rec center as far as the availability of the programs. We have a number of virtual programs which fill a gap for the time being, but we will start having some live programs. But again, it's going to be restricted as far as what the state will allow us to do. And again, these restrictions are not something that we as a city come up with. We're trying to live by the Restore Illinois guidelines that are being given to us by the state of Illinois. Lake Catherine, starting next week, will be offering kayaks and canoe rentals. Okay, so that'll be somewhat back to normality. Call for an appointment to get to be able to rent one. They're going to have some smaller programs for individual families where you've got a family of, say, under 10, who may want to have a specialized program. The Lake Catherine is willing to work with you on that and try to set up something for common learning for maybe yourself and an extended family, again, up to that number of 10. The library has some programs that are coming up. Check with them as far as what's going to be available online, and also for any pickup or delivery. I know they're going to start, I think you can return books starting in the near future. One important thing, and I think exciting, is the fact that we are going to open up this farmers market. And that's going to be open up on Wednesday, the 17th of June. It opens at 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll be a little different, obviously, for obvious reasons for how we've been in the past. You'll have to keep your social distancing, as you can see the constant flow throughout this whole conversation, and wear a mask. As far as your restriction of being able to pick and touch various food products may be restricted. Some things will have to be prepackaged. We will try to get we will have the flow of traffic go in one manner, so people are not walking into each other. Animals will not be allowed. You can't bring your dog there unless it's a service dog. But for the most part, we're going to try to get back to normality and open up the farmers market. And so that'll be on Wednesday mornings from 8 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the municipal parking lot, as it's always been. Please feel free to come and enjoy it. See some of your neighbors you may have not seen for quite a while. It's kind of interesting. Throughout this whole thing, we've had some setbacks, shall we say, with retail. but we've actually been very successful in attracting some new businesses that are coming into town. Just to give you an idea what's going to be happening in the near future, on Southwest Highway, we've got a company called Labella Uniforms, which is a uniform company that's going to open up at 118th and Southwest Highway. They will do medical uniforms and hospital uniforms such as that. So very apropos in our area, which we have got a large concentration of medical healthcare professionals. Andy's is looking to go into the outlot at in front of Jewel or to the next to Jewel. Their plans are in second phase review. Looking to break ground sometime probably in July of 2020. So that's coming along fairly well. Again, at 118th and Southwest Highway, it used to be the Trio Lounge. It was the penalty box for a while. We've got a gentleman going in there calling Fat Papa's, which is going to be a restaurant with comfort food and pizza. Next to on College Drive in Tiffany's, Southwick Commons, actually next to Giuliani's, we've got a small little Mexican restaurant going in there. And then finally, at 127th and Harlem, in what was formerly Nick's Barbecue, we've got a Manhattan Firehouse Grill, an operator coming out of Manhattan, Illinois, a past fireman who opened up a grill down there and is going to move his operation, an additional operation here into Palos Heights. He's been, he was talking to us about a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer. Has come back and decided to open up, and again, that'll be a traditional kind of fast food sit-down kind of place at 127th and Harlem, and actually behind him to the to the west, a chiropractor is going in. Dr. Hauser, who used to have an office here in Palos Heights, is coming back into town. So we're starting to see some activity. We've had some conversations with a couple different stores as far as the former Dominic's location. Obviously, you can think with what's going on in the economy right now with retail. It's getting even harder, but those conversations continue on. So that's what we're trying to do, and we've been fairly successful with it, at least from open up these 5 stores going forward. So just to let you know, we have been working, as I said earlier, with our existing businesses and trying to get them out and get exposure. All these things I've talked about this morning will be on our Facebook page, will be on our website. We'll have subsequent communications with Channel 4, with the news updates. I think one thing I would like to say is, thank you to all the first responders who have been out there and have done so remarkable job as far as getting us through this, with no further damage than we've had. I've been in constant contact, usually weekly, with Dr. Terry Moisen, president over at the hospital, and can't say enough about the people at the hospital and what they've done for our residents, and many of whom are residents, the people who work in the hospitals. And I just like to thank the residents for being cooperative. This has been a hard time. We realize, we've gone, besides the pandemic, we've had some major flooding issues over the last couple weeks. We've had more of the wettest May we've had in history. We had our guys out throughout 24 hours a day trying to rectify the situation. We were fairly lucky compared to other towns, as you see on TV, but again, if it's your place, it makes a difference, and we're there to serve you as residents. So please feel free to know we're there in our city hall to help whatever we can do. But again, thanks to all of our people in City Hall for what they've done, and again, thanks to the residents for putting up with some of the problems we've had, whether it be response time and things like that. But these are unique situations. That being said, I would like to say, this has been hard times for all of us, and all I can ask is that you as residents, whether you're a patron of a restaurant or be patient. Be patient of that server. Be patient of that restaurant. If you call and you can't get a reservation right away, people are doing their best. These are situations we have not been in, you have not been in ever, and hopefully we'll never have to go through this again. But I think it's important, that we be kind to each other and just take the time to think about what where the other person is coming from. So again, be safe. Social distance. Do what you can. If you need us, we're here for you. And hopefully, if we have to call upon you, you're there for us. And we'll all work together. We'll get through this. So thank you and good luck.